Hello ladies and gents, welcome back your lovely faces. Well, just from the get-go, this is not going to go well for the UK government, it's really not. As you can see, every adult in Britain will need a government-issued ID card despite backlash at Starmer's plan for a dystopian nightmare. Just with that headline straight away, obviously it's like, oh my god, what's going to be happening? And as you can see on the side, we do have this one by here. Will I get fined for not having a national ID card? And what if I don't have a smartphone? You know, there's so much going on. But at this moment in time, no, this is supposedly going to be not announced because it hasn't gone through yet. But tomorrow, Keir Starmer is going to be doing a press conference or whatever. And he's like, we're going to do this. Which is absolutely just ridiculous because when you get into it, and I'll tell you why when we get to it, but they're saying that this is going to help prevent people who are born in the UK to be identified as someone from the UK. But if you come on over from these other countries, and the migrants and everything else, they're not going to have the ID that the UK have anyway. It's absolutely mind-numbing, it is. So, every working adult in Britain will require a government-issued digital ID card under a dystopian plan said to be announced by Keir Starmer. The idea of a mandatory identification system has long been advocated by Labour as a way to tackle illegal migration. How is it going to tackle something when those people haven't got those IDs anyway? They haven't got a driver's licence for this country. They haven't got a passport for this country stating where they're from. It's one of the most dumbest things ever. So, the proposal is fiercely opposed by civil rights campaigners who warn it will erode civil liberties and turn the UK into a papers please society. Yeah, I saw something the other day which I was actually really surprised at, and that was regarding Speaker's Corner in London in Hyde Park, where 1872 Parliament put this act into law. You can go there and speak what you want. Doesn't matter if it's hate speech or whatever, you're allowed to go and do it because that's what it was. Now there's videos of police arresting people for making fun of others. It's absolutely ludicrous, it really is. Meanwhile, polls show a majority of the public do not trust ministers to keep their personal data safe from cyber criminals. Detailed proposals for what is being dubbed a BRITCARD could be announced by the Prime Minister as early as tomorrow. Under the scheme, anyone starting a new job or renting a property would be required to show their digital ID on an app, so it can be automatically checked against a central database. Yeah, those aren't going to get cloned or forged or anything, are they? There's always someone out there who is cleverer than the last person. There just is. That's how it's always been. Someone is going to be able, if these cards do come into circulation and they do have to be given to every single UK adult, people are going to find a way to forge them and fake them. They are. That's just the world. That is exactly what people do. And having it being a central database, we have seen at this moment in time with the Online Safety Act, how the UK government is giving all of this data to third-party companies, and they can have your bank details, your driver's license, your passport, every single thing going. Photos of your face. Oh, we have to see if you are over the age. What? You don't need it. And one of the funniest things to go in regard, to the Online Safety Act, Call of Duty launched a zombies trailer yesterday. On Twitter, oh, you have to verify your age if you want to view it. Yeah, censorship. And the thing is, the image that had all of that over, you have to prove your age if you want to look at this, it's one of the disciples, a zombie. That is literally it. Anyway, going back to this by here, it does say that currently employees and renters have the option of showing a number of different forms of physical ID, but there are fears these are too easy to fake. So are this new one, if it does come into play. There is also little to stop unscrupulous employers claiming they have made a check when they have not. That's another one. It takes too long. I got other things to do. Oh, I gotta ask for another form of ID now, have I? However, critics have dismissed the plan as a reheated version of Tony Blair's failed ID card scheme, which was axed amid concerns over privacy and soaring costs. Sir Keir's proposals will be subject to a consultation and are expected to require legislation. The UK is one of the few countries in Europe without an ID system. Are we though? Because I got my wallet right by here, and in there I have my driver's license. It's got my photo, it's got my full name, it's got my date of birth, and it's also got my home address. We're without without an ID system? Literally, you've got a driver's license. Oh, well, that can be faked. So can this new one, this BRITCARD, as they want to say. Sometimes, man. But as you can see by here, this is supposedly a mock-up of what it could be. And to be honest with you, what the hell? This... It's like, what? It's absolutely insane, it really is. View digital documents. View HMRC records. Voter registration status. You've recently told us you moved house. Would you like to register to vote in your new house? Voting. My vehicle. Appointments. My council. Household. Report issues. If this is a mock-up of what it is, man, it's some of the most ludicrous things ever. This government, at this moment in time, is a laughingstock. It really is. I thought the last 14 to 16 years of Labour, well, Labour like 2 years, and then it went to 14 years of the Tories, I thought it couldn't get any worse. It's absolutely ridiculous. It really is. You know, it is 1984 all over. It's literally coming true. But that is just absolutely... You got another one by here. You know, right to work, permanent. Right to rent, permanent. Proof of age, over 18, share my age. It's... You have your driver's license on it. Which, this is the one, like I just said, up by here. Where it goes, the UK is one of the few countries in Europe without an ID system. So why would we have to have our driving license on it? Some days, man, I really think that they wake up, the Prime Minister and all his little lackeys and everything else. Oh, how can I make the country hate me even more today? You know, the Tories, they were bad. Again, Labour's not Labour now. Labour is Tory light. And it's come so far now that I was speaking to my father and we were both like, you know what? If nothing changes, everyone is going to vote reform, which they will. Even though they don't want to, do for certain things, it's almost like better the devil you know. But in this case, the devil we know is Labour and the Conservatives, the Tories, who have literally ruined the country. It's absolutely insane. It really is. And you go on by here, say, Gracie Bradley of Campaign Group Liberty. She said a new plan was likely to be even more intrusive, insecure, and discriminatory than the Labour government's failed 2006 initiative. Meanwhile, Rebecca Vincent of Big Brother's Watch accused the ministers of a knee-jerk response to the small boats crisis. With that there, it's... While Downing Street is scrambling to be seen as doing something about illegal immigration, we are sleepwalking into a dystopian nightmare where the entire population will be forced through a myriad of digital checkpoints to go about our everyday lives. Yeah, going about our everyday lives and having to go into a shop. Oh, can you prove your age? Let me see your ID. Oh, you want this? Let me see your ID. Oh, you gotta show me this. You gotta show me this. Hell, all I want is a pack of bubblegum. Oh, show me your ID. It's not going to go as well as they think, because seeing this and how Keir Starmer talks about it and what he has said about digital IDs, it's almost like when you're trying to show your grandfather how to work a DVD remote. Because have a look at this. So, as you can see, obviously with the part there, everyday lives, that mandatory digital IDs will not stop small boats crossing, which it won't, but it will create a burden on the already law-abiding population, which is exactly true, and it will turn Britain into a paper-please society. And Keir Starmer, he said this earlier this month. He argued that digital IDs could play an important part in making Britain less attractive to illegal migrants. Well, you know what would stop it from being an attractive thing for them? Don't give them money. Don't give them accommodation. If they're not going to enter the country legally and they are doing it illegally, you need to send them back. You need to. Women and children then come on over, but then send them back via plane, train, whatever. You just can't keep bringing them in. And it's like we were saying by here now at the very bottom. He had told the BBC, we all carry a lot more digital ID now than we did 20 years ago. And I think that psychologically it plays a different part. So, 20 years ago, 2005, you never had really camera phones. And if you did, the absolute worst quality ever. It looked like you were watching an 8-bit Nintendo. That's how bad it was back then. And again, it wasn't like these. You know, it literally was not like these. It wasn't just a screen. It wasn't just this. There were buttons. The screen was tiny. It wasn't really colour. That's why we're carrying them more now than we did 20 years ago, Keir, because they weren't really around then. It is absolutely insane how he thinks that is actually a good thing to say. But you do have by here, though, that France has repeatedly claimed that the lack of ID cards in the UK act as a pull factor for channel migrants. No, it doesn't. We have driver's licenses and passports. And who are able to find work in the black economy. A total of 1,157 people have arrived on small boats in the last week alone, according to Home Office statistics. But Tory Justice spokesman Robert Jenrick said the plan would do nothing to stop the boats. It won't. It really won't. Most employers who are employing individuals illegally are doing so knowingly. Yeah, they're not going to ask for ID, are they? Asking them to check ID cards rather than the current checks that they are already obliged to do is not going to make a blind bit of difference to illegal migration. His concerns were echoed by Andrew Griffith, Tory MP for this area, who called the proposal a complete misdirection that would impose more restrictions on the innocent. Which it would. It's absolutely ludicrous, it really is. And I can see this going the wrong way. I really can. We are going to be seeing fake documents. We're going to see so many more people coming over. And it wouldn't surprise me if these cards do go into circulation. Oh, you can do this. Look at what people can make with Photoshop this day and age. It really is. It's absolutely ludicrous. But they go on here, yes, of course he is. So we got, former Cabinet Minister David Davis was a high-profile opponent for Blair's scheme, renewed his criticisms. While digital IDs and ID cards sound like a modern and efficient solution to problems like illegal immigration, such claims are misleading at best. Well, yeah, it is. No system is immune to failure, which is not. We have seen time and time again, governments and tech giants fail to protect people's personal data. Yeah, that's really it. And this is one thing I actually like. I just saw this by here. If politicians tell you that your data will be safe, why don't you ask them if they're willing to pay 10 grand compensation to each victim if there is a serious breach? The answer will be informative. Well, no, it's not our problem. That's exactly what they would say. And it's absolutely insane. And obviously they are going on saying that the UK has only previously had mandatory ID cards during the wartime. The last tranche was scrapped in 1952. Absolutely nuts. The think tank published a 30-page document in June in favour of the BRITCARD. Obviously they would. But yeah, this is what we got by here for daily boat crossings by year. We are literally by here already. Absolutely insane. Small boats, yeah. Johnson, Sunak and Starmer, yeah. It's nuts. It's one of the worst things it could be done. And as you can see by there, that there is currently a petition started by the group has reached more than 101,000 signatures. It's absolutely ludicrous, it really is. And to be honest with you, when I see this day and age, it really does just make me laugh. It really does. Digital ID cards are not going to be good for anyone. They're really not. Mostly because, again, if we look on, when you press the side button and you got like all your cards and everything else, on there I got my bank details, even got my NHS one on there for me. There's so many things on your phone already that you can show ID right now. Oh, but, driving licenses can be faked. So can this. There will always be someone smarter than the last person. You will be getting it. Apple. Oh, this phone's unbreakable. You can't do anything. You can't hack into it. A kid done the last one, not in 17, the 16, in like 8 hours, I think. Less than that. It's going to happen. People are going to be able to forge and fake these digital ID cards. They just are. And if they go, oh, no, it's not because it's going to do a QR code to send us somewhere else. So instead of me going, here's my driving license, here's me, great, I can buy some alcohol. Oh, have you got your digital ID? Yes, let me get my phone. Right, okay, done, right. Scan that, okay, scan that. Right, just gotta wait. Just gotta wait for it to go through to this, the data center. That's what's gonna happen. And I really do not trust them with my data, I really don't. This is why it is so good to use a VPN, folks. Make sure you do. But let us know what you think about this down below, folks. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the ID card. We've already got, like I said, driver's license, passport. We've already got them. What else do we need? Like I said, let us know what you think down below, folks. If you are new to the channel, my name is Dan. I will see you in the next video. Take care.